So normally, like I said, once you've done that, it would open up some more advanced stuff. But we can do a quick run through in the toy box. I'll just show you how to do it. So back out with the B button once it's available there. There are also tutorials. That's okay. Yeah, back out of that and then pause it, and you can leave adventure at the bottom there. So there are also tutorials to teach you how to drive. It's pretty basic, so there's only one of that because there's not like an advanced version. So once you finish that tutorial, you'll actually unlock sort of adventures or little, sort of mini games within the toy box, like a battle race, or a lap race or off-road race. And there's a combat tutorial that teaches you how to fight. And then once you've done that, you unlock a number of adventures using the combat mechanics in the toy box. And those are available for any character that you have. So here we have kind of your typically built-up toy box with a lot of different stuff from different properties. There's the Wreck-It Ralph Nicelander apartments that back there. There's ESPN stuff because Disney owns ESPN, so we have a whole sports line that's branded with that. And then you might have noticed the Up House up in the sky over there. That's something that you can win on a spin. And then there's everything in the toy box from, basically PvP mechanics with all the weapons that you unlock and all the gadgets that you unlock. You can battle against enemies that you've unlocked, so I can put Omnidroids in and fight against them in an arena. You see the racetrack there. You can create races and put a lap counter in and keep track of winners. I mentioned that there's the trigger area, so if you want to play with that, I can teach you some of the basic programming. So bring up the back button with the inventory. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, no sweat. Now use the Y button to go to Build View. And now, if you use the right bumper, that pages through the categories of toys really quickly. So hit right bumper a couple times till you get to Creativitoys. Actually, the bumper, not the trigger, the top one. There you go. One more, I think a couple more actually. There you go. And go, should be, there we go. So let's say I want to make a race and have something be set off at a certain part of the race. So go one over with the right trigger. Actually, over with, there you go. So grab the trigger area and put it in the middle of the track there, and then hit A to place it. And now scroll over with the right trigger until we get to what's called the party cannon. Try to give you a heads up as it's coming in. There we go. So it's that two more over there. There we go. So put that off to the side a little bit and forward. Let's put it right in the nook of that curve, just over to the left there. There we go. That's probably good. And now back out with that. Oh, you got invited to a multiplayer game. So now let's cruise up to that a little bit closer. Now you notice that the trigger area is gone because you're not in editing mode anymore. So it's sort of like creating a game mechanic. Actually, stop there. Creating a game mechanic that is fully for the experience of it. So we don't leave a lot of like editing stuff in the world, but you can go back to it. So if you hit the bumper again and bring up the wand, you'll be in the editing mode again.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Xbox sucks.
Yeah.
See it right now. She's like, where's the PS3?
Yeah, it's the here, or if you want me to do it, I can do it. It's the this one up here. Yeah. So actually back out of that first and then hit it. There you go. Now go down to the wand with the right stick. Yeah, this one here. And then hit A to grab it. So now if you turn around, you'll see that the trigger area is back. There you go. That's okay. So there it is. Now it's ready to be programmed. So if you do the left trigger to target it and grab it, and then see you notice that a third prompt came up there on the X button. That means that that thing can be programmed in some way. So if you hit X, these are what these are sort of what can be done to it. So let's use entered. So hit A. Now turn around and target the party cannon. So what we're going to do is connect the trigger area to the party cannon so that when you enter the trigger area, we'll connect it to the party cannon. So hit X, and now there'll be a reaction from the party cannon. So let's go big with the grand finale. Hit A and do that. Now, normally you drive through it, but just for the sake of the demo, we'll just walk through it. So maybe put the wand away so you don't see the trigger area anymore. Just grab any other ability there. The right stick to scroll through them. Yeah, go for that. Now go back out so that we can see it. So if you were to drive a car through that, so go back towards that, then it would activate those fireworks. So you could set up a bunch of party cannons at the finish line, put that trigger area in, and when cars get to the finish line, it would shoot off a bunch of fireworks. And that's just like one example of, you know, many, many different items that you can program to connect to each other and react to each other. And we have things like, you know, you can make, and like I said, the race. You can do a sports games like put a couple soccer goals in and connect it to a scoreboard, and it'll keep track of the score. There's a capture the flag mechanic in there. I mentioned there's, you know, enemies that you can battle with, so you can create, you know, battles with friends. And if you are on Xbox, PS3, or Wii U, you can actually connect with 3 other people online and have them all in your toy box. You can either build together, or you can invite them into a finished toy box and battle each other. In fact, we can actually jump into a multiplayer game now if you hit the Xbox guide button and go to messages, I believe it is. And then there should be one waiting there. Yeah, go down to that one and then hit accept game invite. So now we're going to pop in with these other guys in their toy box. And you can, you know, like I said, you can build together, or you can just pummel each other with all the things that you've unlocked. You can race. You know, if you've got a car character like Holly there or Mater, you can play as a car, and then one of the pedestrian characters can jump on you and ride on you, and you can cruise around and do stunts. Or they can even tow you. Cars, the playset, if you recall Cars 2, the movie, they were spies, so they had like car weapons. That would be unlocked if you have the Cars playset, and then you could use it in the toy box. So everything kind of builds up in the playset itself and then dumps into the toy box to expand the toy box experience. So there's another player there that's right next door to you.
Sorry. Figuring it out.
So yeah, you can jump on something either from the editor, like you can pop a vehicle in. And then there's also the power discs are another way to sort of add content to the toy box. So if I pop this one in, this will give me a mount that I can ride. You might need to turn around. Sorry, back out. So the discs are another way to add content. If you pop the power disc in, you can get these vehicles, there's additional weapons that you can unlock, and then there's also ones that affect the visuals of the toy box. So if I say I'll pop in, let's do Alice in Wonderland since they've got the Wreck-It Ralph in there. So if I pop this in, it'll change the background sky to look like Alice in Wonderland, and then if I pop this one in, it'll change the ground and the whole look, if you hit yes, to match up to that. And then you can also mix and match them all too. So, you know, I could have a Wreck-It Ralph sky with a, you know, Nemo sort of seabed looking environment, or I can keep them all cohesive and, you know, single property together. And that's a quick way to sort of like change your environment. And those are going to be sold in packs of 2, like baseball cards, where you don't know exactly which ones you're going to get. And there's going to be a number of different ones available, coming out in about 3 waves of these. So
Will the ones that are rarer than others?
Yeah. There's definitely going to be some that will be tougher to get, and we're thinking like kids will like to grab them, see what other friends have, and trade with them, and you know, sort of create sort of a collector sort of setup with that. So yeah, now you're in Spark mode where you're sort of free to move around and edit as if you had the wand.
How do I switch that?
There you go. If you hit the, well, if you want to back, you're not in Spark mode anyway, so you just hit back with the B button, you can exit out. There you go.
So we get to my items I would.
Yeah, so everything that you were playing with in the play sets is available here on this Tools and Packs menu. So if you hit it again, you'll get another set of items that then you can equip on your back. So you can connect something onto your hand and then scroll to the packs, and then there's a whole other set of items there that you can equip. And that's where you basically can mix and match anything from any of the properties or any of the play sets that you had.
Mike, can you give us a release date when it's coming out?
August 18th for North America. You have to hold down the Y button there. There you go.